The silent power of not reacting. 7 Dawns on the inner Citadel prologue. Before the first light, the world begins, its chaos without us. Before our eyes are open, the machinery of the universe grinds on. Distant stars collapse into silence. Empires rise and fall in the dark. And just outside our window, the first birds greet a day they do not understand. We lie there, on the threshold of consciousness, poised between the tranquil nothingness of sleep and the relentless onslaught of existence. It is in this sacred pause, in the gray stillness before dawn, that the silent power is either forged or forfeited. We wake not to a blank slate, but to a world already in motion, a world eager to inscribe its worries, its demands, and its judgments upon us. The day does not ask for our permission. It arrives with its full arsenal of provocations. The traffic that will not move, the colleague who will not listen, the news that will not soothe, the body that will not cooperate. And in that first moment of waking, we have a choice that will echo through every hour that follows. We can be pulled into the current, tossed and spun by every external event. Or we can remember that we possess something the world can never touch, an inner citadel, a fortress of the soul, where silence is not an absence of sound, but an impregnable presence of mind. This is not a lesson in repression. It is not about building a wall to hide behind. It is about cultivating a fire so intense that everything thrown upon it is consumed and transformed into the same flame. It is about the power to meet the fury of the world, not with a louder shout, but with a stillness so profound that it extinguishes the noise at its source. We walk this path not as masters who have conquered, but as students who have understood, and our education begins anew each morning. The first dawn, the art of waking to purpose. The bed holds us like a gentle accomplice, whispering comforts that feel like truths. Stay, it murmurs. The world is cold, and you are warm. What awaits you out there but trouble? In this negotiation between comfort and duty, the battle for the day is won or lost. Look down at your own hands. What are they for? To clutch the blankets, or to shape the clay of existence? When you struggle to rise, you are not merely fighting laziness. You are fighting a profound misunderstanding of your own nature. We are not here to feel nice. We are here to do the work of a human being. Observe the small cosmos around you. The spider, homeless and cold, yet weaving its geometric miracle with unwavering focus. The bee, sacrificing its brief life in the service of the hive. The ant, moving grains of sand that are to it like boulders. They do not question their purpose. They fulfill it. They do not consult their feelings. They answer the call of their nature. To throw off the warmth and stand is to declare that you are not a passive victim of circumstance, but an active participant in life. It is the first act of not reacting to the siren song of ease. The day will demand everything of you: your patience, your integrity, your kindness. If you cannot answer the small call of duty to yourself, how will you answer the great calls of duty to others? This first victory is silent, known only to you, but it sets the tone for the entire symphony. You have not reacted to comfort. You have acted for purpose. You have chosen to be, as Marcus Aurelius wrote, one who loves their nature and what it demands of them. The second dawn, the preparation for ingratitude. As you stand and face the day, you must arm yourself, but not with steel, nor with strategies of manipulation. You armed yourself with a profound and terrible truth. You will meet difficult people today. This is not pessimism. This is the vision of a physician who knows that wounds exist. To be surprised by a snake's bite is the folly of the traveler in the grass. To expect it is the wisdom of the one who walks prepared. Someone will be rude. Someone will be unfair. Someone will lie. Someone, perhaps without knowing it, will try to steal your peace. They will do these things because they believe it is fitting for them. They are acting according to their own judgment, their own understanding of the world. Their opinion is misguided, and in that error, they are the ones who suffer. They are the ones bitten by their own malice, burned by their own rage. Can you be harmed by a man who points at fire and calls it ice? The fire remains fire. So, when you encounter the shameless person, ask yourself, is a world without shamelessness possible? No. Then do not ask the impossible. This person is not an aberration. They are a data point. They are here to test the quality of your own character. Their vice is an opportunity for your virtue. To their unkindness, nature has given you kindness as an antidote. To their rage, it has given you calm. To their hatred, it has given you the capacity for patient and cheerful endurance. This is the silent power, to see the storm approaching, and to know that you are not the leaf it scatters, but the mountain that anchors the soil. Let them be what they are. Your concern is only with what you are. The third dawn, the illusion of the insulted day unfolds, and the provocations come. A sharp word, a dismissive glance, a betrayal of trust. The old machinery within us lurches into gear. The face flushes, the heart races, the stomach tightens. The impression, "I have been insulted," lands like a barbed arrow. We feel the wound, and we prepare to strike back. But pause. Follow the arrow back to its source. Who is the archer? Is it the other person? Or is it you? Seneca, with the cold precision of a surgeon, reminds us that anger is a brief madness. It is a temporary insanity that cares nothing for itself, provided it can harm the other. It throws itself upon the very weapons raised against it. Look at the face of a person consumed by rage. Is a face deformed, a face that has surrendered its humanity. The eyes blaze, the lips quiver, the joints crack. It is, as Seneca observed, a face both abhorrent and disfiguring. Do you wish to wear that face? Do you wish to trade your reason for that madness? The insult has no power to enter your soul unless you open the gate. Someone despises you. That is their affair. Their opinion is a ghost, a vapor. It exists only in their mind. Your affair is only this: to do or say nothing despicable. The insult is not in the word they spoke. The insult is in the acceptance of that word as harmful. Epictetus sharpens this point to a razor's edge. No one shall harm you without your consent. You will only be harmed when you think you are harmed. In that moment of provocation, you have a power that no tyrant can take from you. The power to refuse the impression, to step back from your own reactivity and say, "You are but an appearance, and not absolutely the thing you appear to be." The silent power is this divine pause, this breath of reason between the stimulus and the response, where your freedom resides. The fourth dawn, the two realms of existence. But how do we maintain this pause? How do we sustain this freedom when the provocations are relentless? The answer lies in a fundamental reorientation of our entire being. We must learn to see the world divided into two distinct realms. As different as light and shadow, there is the realm of the uncontrollable. This vast chaotic territory contains the actions of others, our reputation, our health, our wealth, the weather, the past, the future. It is a realm of utter uncertainty, a river that rages and flows without asking our leave. To pin our hopes on this realm is to build our house on sand. When we desire a good reputation, we hand the key to our happiness to every gossip and fool. When we fear for our health, we tremble before a universe of viruses and accidents. To make these things our own is to guarantee a life of fear, frustration, and dependency. And then there is the realm of the controllable. It is not large, but it is infinite in its power. It contains only our own opinions, our own impulses, our own desires, our own aversions, and our own will. This is the province of the soul, the sacred ground of our freedom. Here, we are sovereign. No one can force us to judge falsely. No one can compel us to desire what is base. No one can touch our will. To live wisely is to dwell entirely within this second realm. When you invest all your energy only in your own thoughts and actions, your anxiety decreases, and your self-discipline grows stronger. The insult hurled at you is uncontrollable. Your judgment of it is your own. The traffic jam is uncontrollable. Your response to IT patients or rage is your own. The pandemic is uncontrollable. Your integrity, your courage, your kindness within it are your own. This is the great liberation. When you truly understand that the things outside you are nothing to you, no one can compel you, no one can hinder you. You are free. You do not react to the world. You act from the soul. The fifth dawn. The obstacle that feeds the fire. Do not think, however, that this path leads to a life of bland passivity, a mere retreat from the world. The silent power is not the power of the coward who hides, but of the alchemist who transforms. The world will throw things at you, this is guaranteed, but the Stoic knows a secret that turns the universe inside out. The obstacle is the way, our inward power. When it obeys nature, reacts to events by accommodating itself to what it faces, to what is possible. It pursues its own aims as circumstances allow. It turns obstacles into fuel. Think of a fire. A lamp, small and fragile, is snuffed out by a heavy log thrown upon it. But a mighty conflagration, a bonfire of purpose, does not die when more fuel is added. It roars with greater intensity. It consumes the log and turns it into more fire, more heat, more light. This is the image of the resilient soul. The betrayal that would destroy a weaker spirit becomes, for the practitioner of this path, an opportunity to practice forgiveness and to strengthen the muscle of self. The failure that would define a lesser person becomes a lesson in humility and a guidepost on the road to mastery. The physical pain that would dominate a victim becomes a teacher of presence and a test of fortitude. You do not get to choose what the world throws at you, but you have absolute power to choose what you make of it. You can be the lamp, extinguished by every falling twig, or you can be the fire, growing fiercer with every challenge. This is not mere optimism. It is a metaphysical stance. It is the refusal to see anything as evil, except the corruption of your own character. Everything else, every insult, every loss, every pain is just matter for virtue to work upon. The sixth dawn, the evening reckoning, the day fades. The battles are over, at least for now. The silence of the evening is different from the silence of the morning. It is heavy with the echoes of what we have done and left undone. This is the moment of truth. This is the hour of the philosopher. Seneca would examine his day with a ruthless, compassionate honesty. He would ask himself, what evil of yours have you cured today? What vice have you resisted? In what way are you better? This is not a court of judgment, but a clinic for the soul. We are not here to beat ourselves with guilt, but to examine the wounds with the objective eye of a physician. Where did you lose your rhythm today? At what moment did the silent power desert you, and the loud reaction take its place? Perhaps it was in the morning meeting, when a careless word slipped from your mouth in defense of your ego. Perhaps it was in the afternoon, when you wasted an hour in resentment, replaying a conversation in your mind. Perhaps it was in the evening, when you sought refuge in distraction rather than reflection. To examine this is not to despair. It is to learn. It is to trace the outlines of your own character, to see where the walls of the inner citadel are weak and need reinforcing. You see the footprints of the enemy: anger, fear, desire, and you learn their patterns. You realize, as Epictetus urges, that if you are careless and indolent and always putting off your amendment, you will make no progress. So you hold yourself to the mark. You note the failure, but you do not dwell in it. You simply, gently, guide yourself back to the rhythm. You promise to do better tomorrow. And in this nightly ritual of reckoning, you build the scaffolding of a better self. You are not reacting to your mistakes with self. You are acting on them with disciplined attention. The seventh dawn, the sphere rejoicing in stillness hand. So the cycle brings us back to the morning, but it is a different morning. You rise not as a novice, but as one who has trained. You have seen the pattern of the world and the pattern of your own soul. You understand that life is short, a mere point in the vast abyss of time. The people who will anger you today will soon be dust. The anxieties that grip you will dissolve into nothing. You yourself are a fleeting visitor in a universe of magnificent indifference. Does this thought depress you? For the uninitiated, perhaps, but for us, it is the most liberating thought of all. It strips away the non. It reveals what truly matters. Not reputation, not comfort, not the avoidance of pain, but the quality of your own reasoned choice in this present moment. You look out at the coming day, and you feel not dread, but a kind of serene acceptance. You are a fragment of nature, and whatever nature sends you, be it pleasure or pain, praise or blame, is part of the whole. It is your lot to play the character assigned to you, but it is your freedom to play it well. You have learned a silent power. It is not a power you wield against the world, but a power you cultivate within it. It is the power to be, as Empedocles described, a sphere rejoicing in its perfect stillness. Not a stillness of death, but a stillness of life at its fullest intensity. A sphere whose surface may be battered by every wind, but whose center remains unmoved, perfectly balanced, whole. Epilogue. The life that is ours, we walk through life as through a narrow corridor. To the left and right are doors that open onto every conceivable distraction: anger, lust, despair, ambition. The crowd rushes through them, chasing phantoms, but we have learned to walk the straight path, to keep our eyes fixed on the light at the end. The silent power of not reacting is, in the end, the power of living. It is the power to not have our brief and precious moments stolen by the petty tyrannies of the world. It is the power to love without possessing, to help without controlling, to strive without attachment, and to face the end without fear. We are not gods. We will stumble. We will, at times, react. But we have seen the vision. We know the path. And each morning, we have the chance to begin again. The blankets will call. The insults will come. The world will rage. And we will rise. We will prepare. We will pause. We will choose. This is our work. This is our freedom. This is the silent, invincible power that no one can ever take from us.